Hey, boys and girls, the Junkman here. Or should I say, Grill Master J, since I'm going to be cooking today. Yes, sir, I'm about to break out some of my world famous Junkman's burgers. That's right. I'm going to grill me up some. I'm going to show you a little bit about, how I do it. I can't show you everything, I got my secret recipe and everything, but I can give you a little taste. So let me go over some of the utilities that I will be using to make these bad boys. Check it out. So here we go. I got myself some good old uh, Angus beef, private select beef here. I've got this is 2 pounds because the ingredients that I'm going to use, I make it in 2 pound sections, I guess you want to say. And so that's why I've got 2 pounds. I ain't going to eat 2 pounds, at least I don't plan on it. But that's what my recipe calls for. So I've got that. Now, I also have a burger press, real simple operation. Although I see a whole lot of people online, they have problems with it. They're like, well, when I smash my burger all in there, I can't get it out without digging it out, and then my burger's all tore up. And I'm like, how long have these people been cooking? I mean, if you use a burger press, you got to use burger sheets. That's how you keep it from sticking to the inside of the burger press. We got these sheets. Let me see if I can pull one out of here. Uh, yeah, we've got these little sheets that go inside the burger press. When you press your burger and you walk over to the grill, you just dump it out. It comes out real easy. You can make a bunch of them first, but it comes out real easy. Plus, with the paper, you can stack a bunch of burgers, and then you can freeze them if you want to. You can make up your mix and freeze them if you want to. But you got the paper separating them so that the ground beef doesn't stick together. Come on, man. Ain't y'all opened a box of Jimmy Dean sausages before? You know what I'm saying? They got paper in between them. That's what this stuff is. And that's what gets the burger out of the press without tearing the burger all up. So come on, think, folks, think. All right. So we got the burger press. Now, here's what I want you to notice about the burger press. First, let me show you the buns that I'm using. Man, these bad boys. These bad boys are good. That's a hamburger bun. All right, that's a burger bun. I ain't really big crazy on sesame seeds, so I don't normally get those. But that's a burger bun. Now, you see the size of it? Look at this. The burger is going to be as big or bigger than the bun. That is a burger. That is a burger. You can't be having no little wimpy burgers where you biting into a bunch of bread and there's no burger. I want to hit beef from the get-go. So my burger's got to be the size of the bun, and my burger press guarantees me that that's going to happen. All right? So I've got that. Got my sheets. You get this stuff on Amazon. Stuff is easy to find. I've got some seasonings and stuff that I'm going to use. Another thing that I use is I don't really care for tomatoes on my burger, but I do like lettuce. But I don't use like a head of lettuce. I use shredded lettuce. And what that does is I know that I'm going to get lettuce in every bite. What McDonald's does. McDonald's uses shredded lettuce. You get lettuce in every bite instead of biting into the burger and then a whole sheet of lettuce comes off and then you got to take your burger apart and tear the lettuce in it. No, man, I ain't going through all that. I want lettuce in every bite. That's why I use shredded lettuce. That's why I do that. So those are my ingredients that I'm going to tell you about. And I'm going to go out here, fire up this grill, get it ready to go so that when I drop the burgers on it, we cooking. Here we go. All right. So I got my special mix of herbs and spices that goes in my ground beef. And a lot of people don't realize that this is such a smarter way to do it. Because if you add the ingredients to the ground beef one at a time, they don't get spread evenly. Whereas if you mix all the ingredients up first and then pour them all at the same time into the ground beef, you get a much evenly spread. I mean, hey, just a cooking tip from Grill Master J right there. Cooking tip from Grill Master J. That's how you do it. It's little things, the common sense stuff that mama would have taught you if you was a fat kid and hung around in the kitchen like I was. You know, we was always waiting for something to eat. 9 kids in our family. So I definitely had to learn how to cook. All right, so let me mix this all up, get these burgers going. Here we go. So check me out, boys and girls. I got my ball of meat in my hamburger press. And what I'm going to do is put a sheet over top of this one too. Let me turn it that way. And now I'm going to press out my burger. Hold on a second here. So I'm going to press this puppy out. Yeah. That was a perfect amount of ball too. That was perfect. It's got a little sticking out there, but that was a perfect amount. Now, got my cooking tray here. I'm going to take this and flip it over. Look at that. I'll fill up this tray and then I'll take it out to the grill. Burger already pressed, ready to go. Size of the bun. That's how it's done. You pick that tip up from Grill Master J. Let everybody know. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, it's about time to put them burgers on the grill. Notice they have the same thickness all the way around. That's very important. You don't want the edges of your burger to be all thin and dry and the middle have juice. That ain't good. You gotta have juice in every bite. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, I just remembered something. I'm gonna toast my buns, but I don't like doing it on the grill because it makes the buns hard. So I like toasting them in a skillet. So you can't even see the flame. I got that flame down really low. And that's the way you want to have it. Because if you have the flame too high, you'll mess around and burn up the bread real quick. I'm looking at it again here. Oh, accidentally turned it out. Yeah, I'm checking it. Yeah. About right there is where I want it. I don't know if you can see that. Not really. But so I put a little butter on the bread, or correction, on the in the skillet. But I also butter the bread. That's important. So when you see what it looks like, you'll understand why. All right. So let me go get the bread, put it in here, and there's a reason I'm gonna do this way. This is why my side burner is so important. Hold on. Okay. So I've got my buttered bun. Put that puppy there. And I got room for my other one too. I'll put that puppy there and let it cook. And I want that to cook kind of slow. I mean, it's going to be done before the burgers get done. And so there ain't no big rush. You know, I want it to cook nice and slow. So, and then the other thing about doing it this way is the buns are soft. When you put them on the grill, they get hard. So I don't like no hard bread. I like soft bread. So that's cooking at just the temperature I want. Remember, you got to cook it low, and you cannot leave the skillet. You have got to stand right next to it and watch that bread. Because 30 seconds is the difference between perfect toasted buns and burnt, nasty tasting buns. So I'm just getting an idea of how they're cooking by checking them right there. So now, while that's doing that, I got my grill at, what temperature was it at? It was showing me too. I'm gonna go ahead and put my burgers on and let you see them cook. And with these too, you don't want to cook them too fast. You don't want to cook your burgers fast. You make them all dry. So hold on a second. Let me grab a spatula. Okay, I got my spatula for my bread here. Get an idea of how fast it's cooking. I'm trying to do this recording. Yeah. See, the bread's almost done. I ain't even put the burgers on yet. Bread's almost ready. Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, at this point now, I'm going to take them off the fire. Take them off the fire. And I'm going to set them down. See, I'm going to set them down here on the edge of the grill, where I can inspect them again. I don't want them to cook anymore. Let's see here. Boy, that's real close. I'm gonna just let that sit there. If I have to add some more to it, some more heat to it, I will. But I want you to see what they look like when they're perfectly done. And let me go ahead and get this meat on the grill. Get it going. Here we go. So there is one ingredient that I use that I'm going to show you. This is the only thing I ever sprinkle on the burger while it's cooking on the grill. And that is, get it on here, coarse ground black pepper. Man, let me tell you, this stuff really sets a burger off. I like to put a good share of it on there. Coarse ground black pepper. And man, look, I got my little tester piece in the back there. That's for me to snack on while I'm cooking here. Now, I'm ready to put this back on the burner because I'm not gonna walk away from it anymore. So I'm gonna wait for that to cook. I'm now checking out the speed at which my burgers are cooking, and it's a little low, so I'm gonna up the heat some. I'm gonna get that puppy going a little faster there. I'm gonna close this down, let that do its thing. Check my bread. Oh yeah, it's getting close. It's getting real close. Yeah. You gotta watch that bread, I'm telling you. You gotta watch those buns. I mean, there's a sweet spot that you wanna hit. And you don't wanna go past that sweet spot. So that's why I'm not gonna walk away from them. You got, you see how much I'm checking them, because I do not want to pass up that sweet spot. That sweet spot, that's very important. Checking my flames right now. Yep, flames are still going. I heard some of them juices dripping down. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the camera here and work a few more minutes with my bread, then I'm gonna flip it over and show you what it should look like when you get done. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, this is what perfectly toasted buttered buns should look like. Those is perfect. That is exactly the way I want my hamburger buns to be. And they soft too. They still real soft, but they got a perfect toasting on them. That's what yours should look like. If you go further than this, you don't went too far. You know, you can go lighter, but you definitely don't want to go further. This is perfect. So now that I got my buns ready, I can shut down my side burner and concentrate on my burgers themselves. Here we go. So I've done flipped my burgers over. They don't take no time to cook. There's a certain temperature that hamburger meat reach before it's considered done. But I know how I like my burgers. You know, I want them to be juicy. I don't want to be chewing no dry meat. Speaking of dry, my little piece back here, yeah, it's ready to come off the grill. Oh yeah. Mm. Oh man, it's good. Mm. Oh man, it's good. Mm. Okay, I'm gonna treat this side to some pepper. And we're gonna pull these puppies off the grill. Here we go. All right, now the $1,000,000 question is, how do you know when your burgers is done? Well, everybody got different preference. Some people like theirs more raw than others. I like mine done. I don't like it well done. Just like it done. I ain't trying to catch anything. But I can tell because I've been cooking so long by doing this to the top. I could tell when the burgers the way I like. I mean, get you in here close. Look at the juices coming up out of this thing. Look at that. Look at them juices. Juices. Now I don't want to be squeezing on too hard because I want to eat some of them juices. But this puppy's definitely ready. That puppy's definitely ready. Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with that one too. So now, I'm gonna take these in the house and I'm gonna come back out here and I'm gonna clean the grill while it's still hot. It don't take all day to clean it. I mean, I'm talking about cleaning these grates. The other stuff the grill don't need to be hot. Just the grates is what needs to be hot when you cleaning the grill. Everything else, you can just, well, you know, lucky as I am now, I can just put this entire bottom of the firebox in my sink and wash it. Yeah, I mean, so I don't have to do it while it's hot. It's just the grates that have to be hot when you're cleaning it. So I'm gonna do that right now and get in here and eat my burgers while they're hot. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, I've got my special sauce that I mix up. I can tell you this much. It's got sweet relish in it. Oh man. Stuff. I never did care for this stuff. My mama taught me to like it. Especially when she put it in tuna casserole. Oh, my Lord. That stuff is good. By itself, you couldn't get me to put it in my mouth. But I mixed it up, my little special sauce. Now, let me show you what I'm using to mix it in. We get the name around here. Yeah, here we go. I'm using a little Bloomer's chili base cup. You cannot get a better chili base than this stuff. You'll find it in the refrigerated section at the supermarket. They also have the dry kind that you'll find on the shelf, but I always use this kind, chili base. That's the best chili base they made. And it's made right here in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, so I'm gonna add some of that to my bun. I also got my shredded iceberg lettuce because I don't like big slices of lettuce coming off my burger when I take the first bite. I want lettuce to be there all the way through the burger. Same stuff McDonald's uses. Shredded lettuce. It even says that on the menu button on the register. Shredded lettuce. That's what I use. So let me get my burger together here because I got to add some cheese. So here we go. All right, boys and girls, I got my burger dressed the way I like it. I've got my shredded lettuce and my special sauce that I like to do. Now I'm going to add my deliciously cooked burger. Notice the cheese is already melted. Yes. I'm going to top this puppy off I'm gonna cut it in half and let y'all see what it looks like. Hold on. All right, boys and girls, check it out. Hold on, let me open it up. There's something for you. Now, I want you to see if there's any juices. Watch this. Look at all that juice. Oh, let me get centered on the picture here. Look at all this juice. Look at all that juice. Let me get a shot of this one. Yeah, you'll be able to see this real good. Look at this juice. All that juice. Junkman don't do dry burgers, man. When you have one of these, I invited the king over. The king took one bite of these, man. He's hooked. A dude told me, man, you need to open a restaurant in Nigeria. But I love eating, so I love cooking. You know, I don't love just eating anything. It's got to be good food. So, but that's how the Junkman does a burger, man. I'm telling you, that's a 1/3 pound beef. That's what size I make my burgers, all of them. And man, I'm about to throw down. Junkman, grilling out.